We are going to discuss about the characteristics of sewage. So, characteristics is nothing but the thing, that is what it contains. So, before going to into the topic, first of all, we should know what is the end products of the decomposition of the sewage. If decomposition is taken place in the sewage by means of two actions, that is aerobic and anaerobic. In aerobic, it is occur in the presence of the oxygen. The end products are carbon dioxide, sulfates, and nitrates. But in the anaerobic decomposition, the end products are carbon dioxide, methane, and hydrogen sulfide, and ammonia gas. So these are the end products of the anaerobic processes. So after the decomposition of the sewage, the characteristics of the sewage is can be calculated by means of by testing the sewage. So the characteristics normally divided into three categories, that is physical, chemical, and ecological characteristics. Physical one is uh, the physical characteristics are color, odor, and turbidity and temperature. Here the color indicates the freshness of the sewage. If it is yellowish or grey or light brown in color, then it indicates the fresh sewage. If the color is black or dark brown, it indicates the stale or septic sewage, that is decomposed sewage. Then the temperature. Temperature has an effect on the biological activity. It affects the biological activity of the process. Okay. So normally the temperature of the sewage is slightly higher than the normal water. So fresh sewage does not cause any odor. Once the decomposition of the sewage starts, it emitting the offensive smell. So next one is turbidity. Sewage is normally turbid one, so resembling dirty. Okay, that is it's like dirty water because of the dishwasher. We are and washing of clothes. We are getting turbidity in the water. Next one is chemical characteristics. In the chemical characteristics, first one is total solids. Total solids is divided into three, that are suspended, colloidal, and dissolved solids. So suspended solids, based on the size, it is categorized as like this. Suspended is size up to 1 micron. 1 micron to 10 to the power minus 3 of micron is categorized under colloidal, and above that are dissolves. Consider the dissolved solids. The organic matter present in the wastewater are maybe inorganic or organic. So the organic matters, whether it may be carbohydrate, fat, oil, and waste from animals, and fatty acids and hydrocarbons, can be um, imparts the total solids. Okay, so the total solids determined by evaporating the known volume of sample and weighing the dry residue left in the left can be calculated, and the mass of the residue is divided by the volume of the sample evaporated will give the total solids in terms of milligram per liter. Next one is suspended solids. Suspended solids are solids retained by a filter of 1 micron porous. So the glass fiber filter apparatus is used to filter the water. Then dissolved and colloidal solids. So the difference between the total solids and suspended solids will give the dissolved and colloidal solids. The remaining thing is volatile and fixed solids. So this gives the suspended solids are burnt and ignited around 550 degrees Celsius in electric muffle furnace of about 15 to 20 minutes. We are the volatile, it gives the value of volatile solids, that is the loss of weight due to the ignition represents volatile solids. The difference between the suspended solids and volatile solids give the value of the fixed solids. So finally the settlable solids. The sewage is allowed to stand in the in half cone for a period of 2 hours. So quantity of solid settled in the bottom of the cone can be directly read as settleable solids. The pH value of the sewage indicates the negative log of the hydrogen ion concentration present in the sewage, and the pH value lies in between 0 to 14. If it is less than 7, it indicates the sewage is acidic. If it is more than 7, then the sewage it indicates the sewage is alkaline. Okay, so this is the pH value. The next one is the chlorides are generally chloride content of wastewater can be generally found in present. It is the kitchen waste, human fecals, and urinary discharges imparts the chloride content in the wastewater, and the normal content of some domestic sewage for the chlorides is 120 milligram per liter. The chloride content can be measured by titrating the wastewater with the standard silver nitrate solution using potassium chromate as indicator. Okay, next one is nitrogen content. The presence of nitrogen in the sewage indicates the presence of organic matter in which stage. That is, there are four stages. First one is free ammonia. It is called ammonium nitrogen, and next one is albuminol nitrogen called organic nitrogen. Then third one is nitrites, and last one is nitrates. So the free ammonia indicates the very first stage of the decomposition of the organic matter, and albuminoid, that is second is albuminoid nitrogen indicates the quantity of nitrogen present in the sewage before the decomposition of the organic matter. That is, when it is started, it indicates the presence of partially decomposed organic matters. That is, nitrites indicates the presence of partial decomposed. First one is very further, and nitrates indicates the presence of fully oxidized organic matter. That is, the free ammonia indicates the very first stage. Then albuminoid is indicating the starting stage. Then nitrates is the presence of partial decomposed, and nitrates indicates the presence of fully oxidized organic matters. The fat, oil, grease content may be due to the discharges of animals and vegetable matters. Then the garages imparts the oils and greases. Then the kitchens of hotels, restaurant, and municipal area. Okay, so these imparts the presence of fat, oil, greases in the sewage. The amount of fat and greases in the sewage sample is determined by making use of the thing are soluble in ether. Okay, when the ether is evaporated, it leaves behind the ether soluble matter, which represents the quantity of fat and oil present in the sewage. Next one is sulfides, sulfate, and hydrogen sulfide gas. So the determination of sulfides and sulfates in the sewage is rare. Then because these things are formed due to the decomposition of the various sulfur containing substances present in the sewage. It leads to the evaluation of hydrogen sulfide gas. It causes a bad smell, that is rotten egg smell, and odor. Okay, so besides, it causes the corrosion of the concrete sewer pipes. While it is running through the sewer, it causes damages in the sewer. And next one is dissolved oxygen. The determination of dissolved oxygen present in the sewage is very important, because while discharged the treatment, that is discharging the treated effluent to the nearby water bodies, so it is necessary to ensure at least 4 to 5 ppm of dissolved oxygen. The least amount is 4 ppm of dissolved oxygen, because if it is below that value, then it affects the living organisms which is present in the ecosystem, water ecosystem, like fish and other thing which we are living in the water resources can be killed. If the temperature of the sewage is more, then the DO content will be very less. Next one is chemical oxygen demand. So it is the measure of total organic matter. It the combination of both biodegradable as well as non-biodegradable organic matter present in the sewage. It is the value, and the BOD next is biochemical or biological oxygen demand is the measure of biologically oxidized organic matter present in the waste, that is wastewater, is called BOD. Generally, the industrial wastewater are compared with the per capita normal domestic wastewater to charge the industries for the pollution caused by them. So, to know the strength of the industrial sewage, here the population equivalent is calculated by using the formula the BOD loading of the industry divided by the amount of BOD, which is kg in terms of kg per day per person. It is normally taken as, that is BOD 5 of the domestic sewage, and that is the average standard amount is taken as 0.08 kg per day per person. So this is called as population equivalent. This is also the characteristics of sewage, which is used to find to collect the fine amount from the industries if they produce lots of pollution. Next is relative stability. So it's defined as the ratio of oxygen available in the effluent to the total amount of oxygen required to satisfy its percentage BOD. So it is expressed in terms of percentage. Then here T20 is the time in days to declare is the standard volume of methylene blue incubated at 20 degrees Celsius. If we take the solution for incubated at 37 degree Celsius, then the formula becomes like this. So here are some solved examples. First one is the average sewage flow from the city produced from the city is 80 million liter per day. If the average 5-day BOD is 285 milligram per liter, compute the total daily 5-day oxygen demand in kg and population equivalent of sewage. So assume the per capita BOD of sewage per day is 75 gram. Here the quantity of sewage flowing per day is given, and average BOD 5 as given. So to find out the total daily 5-day oxygen demand, we have to multiply the both value to get it, and the value is 22,800 kg. Here the population equivalent can be calculated by dividing the value to the per capita BOD of the sewage per day, that is 20,800 divided by 75. Okay, so it will give the value of next one is, if the period of incubation is 10 days at a 20 degrees Celsius in the relative conductivity test on sewage, calculate the percentage of relative stability. Here there is a relative stability S is equal to 100 into 1 minus 0.794 to the power of T suffix 20. That is T suffix 20 is nothing but the time which taken to decolorize the standard solution for there is an incubation period at 20 degree Celsius is given as 10 days. Okay, So the S is equal to 100 minus, first by substituting these values we are getting 90% as relative stability. Next problem, the calculate the population equivalent of a city. Given as the average sewage from the city is given as 95 million liter per day, and average 5-day BOD is 300 milligram per liter. So the average sewage flow and 5-day BOD has given. To calculate the total BOD in the sewage, by multiplying these values we will get the total BOD in the sewage. The population equivalent can be calculated by by means of the formula total BOD divided by per capita domestic sewage quantity. Okay, so 28500 divided by 0.08 gives the value of the population equivalent. Next one is, this is the influent, there is a inlet effluent quality and discharge standards for common effluent treatment plant. For example, for various parameters, for various characteristics of the wastewater has given, like pH, temperature, oil and grease, cyanide, and likewise for all the thing and for metals present in the wastewater has given. So it should not exceed the value. This is the influent quality of the sewage, and it should be discharged. Okay, the effluent standards should follow these things. Okay, so it should not exceed these values. It should not exceed these values when it is discharged into the nearby river or land, so wherever. Okay, so the discharged effluent standard should meet out the following values. Okay, so this is the influent value and this is the effluent value.